Have you got an electric shower like this that goes hot and cold, doesn't heat up, is faulty, or you're looking for an upgrade? Well, today on Fix It with Fowler, I'm going to show you how to replace an electric shower and avoid some of the common pitfalls along the way, including a really good tip where most people go wrong. So this shower goes hot and cold, and now it doesn't even heat up. So I've looked into getting the replacement parts, and actually the parts aren't far off the same price as a new shower, even though it's a well-known brand, Myra. So I've gone for a new shower because you get a 2-year guarantee. The first thing I'm going to do is isolate the power supply to the shower. So to do that, I'm going to turn the pull cord on, and you can see there's an orange light now on there. And you can also see there's an orange light on the shower. And now we're going to go down to the consume unit and turn it off at the board. This consume unit is located in this cupboard up the top, and it's quite difficult to film. So on the screen you can see me finding the shower MCB and isolating it. Now once you've isolated it, if you're in a property by yourself, you can leave it at that. However, if there's other people around, then what you really need to do is lock out the MCB. So once you've turned it off, you can get a lockout kit, something like this, and that goes into the breaker itself. And then on the end there, you can add a padlock, and that way no one can turn it on when you're working. Another thing you can do is also put a notice on there to say to someone that you're working on the shower. That way no one will try and turn it on. So to prove the shower is isolated, you can see there's no light no longer on the shower. So the next thing is to take the cover off. Now these covers normally have a screw at the top and a couple at the bottom. You can then pull that off and expose the conductors themselves. So now we need to test them. Prove the testers work either with a known electrical source or a proving unit. You can now test between line and earth, neutral and earth, and then finally line and neutral. And finally, prove the testers are still functional. Now that's all isolated, the next thing we need to do is isolate the water supply to the shower. So to isolate the water itself, in this case we've got the cold water supply to the shower, and there's an isolator valve up there. Now all you need to do is turn that horizontal, and that will isolate the water to the shower. Now, if you've not got such a thing, then the next option is to go downstairs and isolate it on the main stop tap. Now that is normally under the kitchen sink. You can now disconnect the wires from the shower. So before you remove this connection, get the shower head and place it down low, because when you undo this, it will release the vacuum and you may get water to come out there. So before you undo this, if you get yourself a spanner and maybe a pair of grips, you can use the grips to support the actual fitting itself, and then with your spanner or an adjustable spanner or a wrench, you can then undo that from the shower itself. And now we can undo these mounting screws and the shower should come off. So now you can remove the shower. Sometimes there's a bit of silicone holding them in place, so just be aware of that. Now you may get a bit of water come out of the pipe, but that should stop. And now we can line up the new template that comes in the box for the new shower. Now what you need to make sure when you order your new shower is that the inlet for the water and the electrical supply is on the same side. That way it makes it really straightforward. So we can get the template and line it up, and we can see that we've actually got the top fixing hole lined up, and we've covered all the remaining holes. That means when you put the new shower on, you don't end up with any unsightly holes in the tile. The other option is to get the new shower put into the outlet, and then you can line that up and mark the tiles. Mark the tiles and then apply masking tape over these marks. That prevents the drill bit from slipping on the tiles. Now drill the tiles with a specific tile drill bit, ensuring you do not use the hammer function. So before you mount this shower onto the tiles, get your existing fitting Now I've got a new olive in the fitting itself. Just give that a couple of turns, and then you can get your shower and slide into the fitting. Make sure it's pushed all the way up, and then you can just nip that up gently, but don't tighten it at the minute. You can now screw the shower into position, ensuring you do not over tighten these screws. Now tighten the compression fitting onto the shower. Now the shower is connected via the plumbing, we can now do the same with the electrical cables. Now you could trim these shorter. The problem with that is if in the future you need to replace this and you've cut these short, you can't extend them. So I'd leave them as they are and then just connect them one at a time. I normally start with the live and then the earth and then the neutral. Are you finding this video useful or helpful? Well, hopefully you are, and if you are, give this video a like, click on that button, and please hit that subscribe button and join me on my journey to 100,000 subscribers. Now I've got loads of great DIY videos on my channel. All you need to do is head over and have a scroll through. There is over 80 that are all designed to save you money. So now the shower's on the wall, we've connected the plumbing and the electrics. Now on some showers you'll have a cover that goes over them and covers it. Now for whatever reason this particular model doesn't have such a thing, but that's a good thing because it gives us more room for these electrical cables. So now we're going to turn the water on and just check this joint for any leaks. Now before you go any further, the best thing to do is to put this hose on. Make sure that they've got the rubber seals in the ends, and if you put it onto the shower itself, now these just screw up hand tight. You don't need to get any pliers or grips. Just screw that up nice and tight and that will give you a good seal. Now the other end of the shower is obviously for the shower head, but I just leave that off for the moment. Put this down to the bottom of the bath or the shower before we turn the power on. The reason for that is if we turn it on and the shower is on and water starts coming out, it's going to go everywhere. So to ensure that the shower is still isolated, make sure you pull the pull cord and it says off. The other thing to do on the shower itself is make sure that the button is not pressed in like that, but actually sits out. That way when we turn the power on, it's not going to start the pump, which means that we won't have water everywhere. Before you actually turn this shower on for the first time, there's something really important to do. Make sure that the temperature is turned all the way down and it's on the lowest setting possible. Now if you have this turned up, when you turn that on, the tank inside will be empty. You'll put all the power through the tank, through the element, and it will fry itself and void any warranty with the shower. So make sure that you follow them steps. Then if you get the shower head, obviously point it away from you, make sure they're both on low and turn it on. You will then get flow through here, and now what you can do is alter the temperature and make sure that it actually heats up. So if we turn this round, turn this to the highest setting, you'll notice there's a decrease in the flow of the shower itself, and that is because it's now going through this heating element which is restricting the flow, and that is getting lovely and warm. So hopefully you found that video useful, and if you do come to do this job, then please, if you're a bit unsure about the electrical side, then get an electrician to help you out. So hopefully that has saved you a few quid and upgraded your shower experience. So please hit that subscribe button and follow me on my journey to 100,000 subscribers.